In the past couple years, I've played close to 200 lifeless games, but there might be something even better than a completely dead game.
I can safely say that Mordhau's future is looking pretty grim.
My realistic vision of the future is the game kind of just continuously dwindling down, you know, less and less activity. And honestly, I only think the competitive community are probably going to be the last people playing the game.
Every game in this video is at a different stage of dying. Some of them could probably even still be saved, but in Mordhau's case, it's really not looking too good. I knew 3 things about Mordhau before I first bought it. It's a hack and slash game that's about 6 years old, it has a modding scene, and my mate Dan has about 30 hours on it, so it's gotta be good. It's been about 10 months since Mordhau's most recent content update, and before that, almost 2 years since the last new map. Player numbers have been in steady decline ever since 2022, and if it stays on this same path, it could be well below 500 by the end of the year. It was really fun while it lasted. Sadly, the game has died, and we may have to wait a couple years for the genre to be revived in some way. If more people were playing and the new guys could be put in matches with no veterans, I would recommend it, but right now it's at the bottom of a death spiral. The first day I played Mordhau, I learned a lot. It was obviously similar to Chivalry 2 in some ways, but it felt very different. I'm about 20 minutes into playing this game, and I'm doing okay, to be honest. 11 kills, 12 deaths, 11 deaths, 9 assists. I'm doing alright for a level 1, but like, just look at the other people in the lobby. There's only 1 or 2 players I can see that are brand new to the game. I spent the first few hours playing official team objective servers, and after a bit of being a knight, decided to take up archery. I might change my role up. I've been knight. Yesterday I was raider for a little bit. I might be a little bitch for this game. Good morning, incels. No one has a job? I have one to make your mother happy. Lovely bit of Mordhau at 9 AM in the morning. Nothing beats it. Oh, there we go. Cheeky little 112. Most of the time as Archer, you are being a bit of a bitch, to be honest. You kind of sat there, shielded by your teammates. Sometimes killed by your teammates. You try and make as many fights as you can feel like a 2v1. But I realised after this third game that I could make a bit of a custom class, except I didn't have coins to purchase anything remotely useful. I could just equip a bear trap and go around bear trapping people. Firebomb. Perfect. Oh, there you go, loot. Don't need armour. Definitely do not need armour. I then spent the next 2 hours getting bear trap kill after bear trap kill. You know what, I'm just gonna come in. Bear trap right there, right behind me. Killed one. That's incredible, because they're chasing you. They just run straight into the bear trap. Oh, look, he's pissed. He is not happy. Is he on my tail? Oh, yes, he is. Wowzers. Teammate, I need help. Alright, might be firebomb time. Right down there. There we go. Oh, yeah. Easy kill. Lovely stuff. Honestly, I don't even know who my team is. I'm just going to run through here. I think I'm red team. So if I turn around, there's probably a blue guy. No, see, they don't care. They don't care until you do this. I got a kill. Someone ran into the bear trap after I died. What I was doing here was being what the community like to call a fake bard. See, it's a real dickhead move if I were to just whip my guitar out and start hitting him. I don't think I need to. A real bard is someone who walks in, doesn't kill, plays some beautiful music, and generally adds to the game positively. Like this fella. Mate, this is class. I had an interview scheduled for the next day with 3 guys from Charging Knights, a big Mordhau clan. So before that, I decided to join a modded FFA server, which ended up being a brilliant idea. It's like random shit. This guy's naked. I've just been killed by a man I have to censor. I have a duck maul. Dragon Slayer, that's sick. Oh, you like that parry? What the fuck? For every game that's dying, there's a game that's massively on the up, and it only makes sense that the most in-depth vehicle combat game ever made, that is now free on PC, consoles, and mobile devices, is one of them. Much like Mordhau, there's a lot of choice in War Thunder. In fact, over 2,500 helicopters, planes, tanks, and ships to choose from. That includes both the biplanes and armoured cars of the early 1900s to the modern day machines of today. All of this you can massively customise using countless camos, historical markings, and the coolest thing, community created decorations. You lot know I love a good realistic game, and when it comes to realism and immersion, War Thunder is genuinely next level. The sounds, the graphics, amazing. But over 95 million players playing it worldwide would tell you the game is far more than just that. You can support the channel by playing War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or mobile devices today using my links in the pinned comment. New and returning players on PC and consoles that haven't played in 6 months will receive a huge bonus pack including numerous premium vehicles, an exclusive vehicle decorator, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium. Only for a limited time, so be quick. Hello.
Oh, it's the man himself. What's up, man?
Hello, fellas. How are we doing?
Good.
Nice to meet you.
What is the Mordhau community like?
It's definitely a really cool, big group of people, and it's just like a very diverse community, I would say. I mean, we've definitely tried to harness some of the nicer, people in the community, I guess, for lack of a better term.
You see the same people every weekend. You see them every day. You get on dual servers, invasion, comp, whatever it might be. You know, you form these relationships with them. And it doesn't even have to be like as a friend or a buddy or something like that. It's just like, oh, I know that guy. I recognize his armor. You know, he respects me. I respect him.
I can literally recognize like hundreds of usernames just based on one glance at their look over the years because I've been seeing these people. I've been in hundreds of fights with these people, so it's like, oh, that's so and so.
I did a few more interviews later in the week and it seemed like everyone I spoke to always gravitated towards the customization. What do you think Mordhau does really well as a game?
The game allows you to do whatever you want. It gives you everything at the first step, and it lets you do what you want to do after that. You're not forced to play a certain way. You don't have to do certain things.
Clans have kind of drifted away from Mordhau. The ones that are here are just here because there's really no better options that has that kind of feeling. That's another thing about the customization has to give praise is the clan scene was able to get very into it, you know, with actual uniforms and whatnot.
Charging Knights and many of the clans just like them do a lot for the Mordhau community just by existing. But the real ingredient to keeping a community alive and connected is events.
Yes, it's definitely more of a helper thing. We've tried to shoutcast the charity events and sort of been like, hey, let's use our whatever influence we have to make sure as many people show up to this as possible. But there's some other really awesome organizations. What is it? The Mordhau Fistfighting League
Championship?
Or something? Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been running it every year. And then that's for cancer and leukemia and multiple sclerosis research and stuff. You know, a week in advance, we're like, hey, CK people, let's try to get in there and let's
Go show them some love. You know.
Yeah, let's show them some love. Let's come through and turn out your wallet if you can. We have this really awesome person in our clan named Dutch. Man, everybody loves him. He's like all of our dad pretty much, and he's also a Mordhau mod and just a super classy guy. And he had he has multiple sclerosis, so this was really close to our hearts for sure. And we're like, hey, let's come through and donate. Some people are like, oh, the community is so rowdy, but the same people that are rowdy and will banter are also the people who will show up and donate and make their voices heard in that way. So
when the Mordhau Fist Fighting Championship transformed their annual Fisticuffs event into a charity fundraiser, the entire community was recognised in a positive light by PC Gamer, which is pretty huge and very rare for a game like this. Do you think groups are a big part of how healthy the player base still is?
Groups and community organization, I I still think is pretty much the pinnacle of player experience that one is going to get from Mordhau. Purely primarily because it's a common focal point for a lot of players to have some sort of shared experience or desire or willingness to play. And I think groups are inherently valuable to Mordhau because they are, in this day and age, the most essential way Mordhau will keep itself going.
I think CK has lasted so long because we just don't take ourselves that seriously. We're not like, we gotta be as good as possible and we gotta hammer home these how do I put this? Waves crash, wind blows. We just let shit happen.
I could go through our list right now and he's married now. He has another kid, blah blah blah.
It's like this person
we'll
moved to
grow up.
another continent. It's like, it's like it's been a really formative 6 years. A lot of people have people change. I've seen some people that I didn't like too much grow into like really good people, and now they're indispensable. It's just I'm really thankful for this game because it's allowed me to find a group of like really awesome people, and that's what life is all about. Real connections with people and stuff.
After the legends at CK offered up their time, I thought I may as well go around searching for more people to talk to. And that's when I ended up in the Discord for RTA, a roleplay Byzantine clan.
RTA is a Byzantine-themed clan. And we're basically just role-playing as like Byzantines and stuff like that, or to our best of our ability. We're known for our shield wall formation, just like how the Byzantines did back then, it's just a group of guys shield walding up, making a huge line of shields up, and we have formations and stuff like that. So
I spoke to 2 RTA members that day, and also Duke Godric, the owner of a different clan called Midlanders. How many hours do you have, just out of interest?
805 hours on Mordhau.
I have 4,302 hours.
Oh boy.
My name is Duke Godric, previously known as Commander Zeno. I have about 7,000 hours or so in Mordhau. I saw it through the Kickstarter, but I was in elementary when the Kickstarter dropped, so I was like, so I can't get into it. So I watched from the sideline for a few years. And then when launch day came, I was their ground zero.
Again and again, these guys would mention the freedom Mordhau gives you, and to be honest, it's true. What do you think it does better than other games? Like, what kind of made you stick around?
I feel like what it does is that sense of freedom where you can jump in and really do whatever. The character customization really feels like everyone is unique in their own way and how they fight. So it feels like there's a sense of community.
The customization is so cool.
It's a very good form of community as well because people are so closely knitted with each other that they'll find each other in public lobbies. Yes, granted that the game has a very small population, but nonetheless, like you don't see that anymore in games. There's a lot of toxicity, and granted, Mordhau has a lot of toxicity too. But I find that there's a balance between the toxicity and like the wholesomeness and finding like, oh yeah, there's my friend right there on the other team. I can see his outfit. I know that guy.
As this community gets smaller and smaller, it will inevitably become more connected. The same as games like Chivalry 1.
I mean, everybody seems a lot more like connected a bit more because everybody like sees each other in servers a lot more often. Yeah, I really see debates happen on chat anymore, which is a bit sad, but the servers are healing. There's no more like extreme toxicity and racism.
What do you think the future for the game might look like?
There's hope in me that returning modders to the game, older modders that were modding back then, like for roleplay servers, it revives the game a little bit, at least by like maybe like a few hundred people maybe. But my realistic vision of the future is the game kind of just continuously dwindling down, and less and less activity. And honestly, I only think the competitive community are probably going to be the last people playing the game, for whatever reason, probably for tournaments and stuff like that. But I honestly think that's the only thing that's left within the next year or two.
With the devs having gone radio silent, I can safely say that Mordhau's future is looking pretty grim. I don't think it will die overnight. The community is way too dedicated to it at this point to play, to just let it fall apart.
Yeah.
But what I do think is going to happen is when more better slashers come out, or the bigger and badder ones are ready for launch, I feel like it will fizzle out over time once the players realize that there is other options again. Clans have usually been trying to keep the game going as best they can by hosting like little server battles against each other and trying to get as many new players into them as possible before they get farmed and then make them leave the game. To some degree of success, it worked. for a little bit. A lot of more new players were staying. But over the years, when it really gets old after a little bit, especially when you're running out of maps to play.
I'd say, even though there's a bias to when I say this, I honestly think we're one of the more like relaxed and like genuinely chill people in terms of factions and clans. Honestly, the clan is just full of good-hearted people that only want the best for each other and are really just good people in general. I mean, they're just amazing. It's like a second family online.
I had really gotten to know the people behind Mordhau at this point, and the direction the game might be going in. But when it came to playing the game, I was still utter shite. And it was about time I tried changing that. Like, there's a fella playing an instrument, two guys having the time of their life, someone occasionally shouting voice lines. Oh, of course it's him. This was a super niche server I found at about 2 AM. It had a few players online, and most of them were crowded up in this tower 1v1ing each other. One of the admins, Duco, somehow recognized that I was new very quickly, and they all crowded around myself and Duco while he taught me something called swing manipulation. The next hour was spent swinging, moving my mouse towards where I swung, and then being utterly confused as to whether what I did was right or not. Eventually, we kind of agreed I got the hang of the very basics and understood what it was all about, but something like this takes hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours to master. So I am still, even after 3 hours of training, utter shite. What a legend this Duco guy is. What is it? Probably like 5 AM for him? What a kind fella. And tell you what, I actually learned a thing or two. I really did. I may have taken a while to understand what he was saying, but once I got there, you know, I got the reason why he was teaching me those things. There is a whole host of hack and slash games releasing in the next couple years, and when they do, it might just be the final nail in that Mordhau coffin. For now though, servers are still running, events are still being hosted, and as long as groups stick around, there will still be a reason for many to keep playing. Overall, Mordhau was a lot of fun. The mods are batshit insane, and the community is pretty amazing, but sadly, the future doesn't look too good. In July 2014, the ORT Online announcement trailer hit the IGN YouTube channel. Pretty quickly, the game got an audience following all of its development updates. Later that year, the voxel-based MMO sandbox game would hit Steam as Early Access. And then around a year later, it changed its name to Boundless. After a few years, and over 190 different update releases, Boundless came out as a full game on Steam and PS4. Player numbers spiked massively, above 1,000, but that wasn't long lasting. 2020 was one of the last years that Boundless saw a healthy number of updates, and after that, as a result, the player base began to dwindle, to what is now a 20 player average at all times, and still dropping. In 2022, the devs of Wonderstruck sold Boundless to Monumental, who really haven't done a great deal with it, and to learn a bit more, I got talking with one of the figureheads of Boundless's remaining community.
Here, this is like our main area for like our guild, and like there's probably 8 of us or 10 of us that build together, but this is all my area here.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Every block you can put down, they can be chiseled too, so like all these little dents in the ground, that was used by a chisel. Anything you gather in the game, you can sell.
Yeah.
Or you can buy. So like there's these baskets here, that's to buy stuff, so I'm buying certain items. Different things you need to like craft all this other stuff. This I've hollowed out and built all this stuff.
Dude, this must have taken an age.
Yeah.
What kind of time frame are we looking at?
How much time? I've got like 12,000 hours in this game.
Okay. So how old is this place specifically?
Probably at least a couple years, 2 to 3 years. And like, we're underneath a mountain right here. So like on the surface, there's also like all these towers. Like I've called it the towers of power, right? So like I've got towers all over the place.
Giorgio has played since the beginning, and is one of the most active players still playing Boundless to this day. He kindly offered to show me around the place he calls home. This cave was his original base from the beginning, before he moved to this cave that he now spends most of his time in. Do you know the devs at all? Or like, I guess the old devs?
The old devs, like, yeah, we did talk to, they would like communicate with everyone. They're pretty good. And then like, they all went to work on Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever, so
that's quite a big step up, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people were pissed off that they just left this game, but this game wasn't making a ton of money for them, and they did what was best for them, right?
Giorgio is also the leader of the Reaper Guild, one of the most powerful and biggest on Boundless. This is the Reaper headquarters, a bit of a village, a lot of which was built by Giorgio. Like this building here, how long would it take to create?
This probably took a few weeks at least, in voice chat, late nights with like people just having laughs and drinking beers together, you know. So there's a lot of time where we just are standing around and doing nothing.
Do you just freehand it? I know in Minecraft a lot of people, you know, they build it in creative and then come in survival and just kind of copy it.
Yeah, no, this is just all freehand.
Wow. Fair play.
Some people have made some mini games and stuff like that you can play, and then like if you want to have a tournament, you could.
Right. Does that ever happen?
There has been. When there was more players, it was easier to do, but now that there's like a smaller player base and everyone's been around for a long time, so like giving out coin as a reward isn't that big of a deal anymore.
How is this place still here? Like, is there no upkeep or totem you have to feed, or is it just permanent?
Oh no, you have, when you place a beacon, there's fuel that you have to put in the beacon, but then you can also pay for Gleam Club, and that fuels your beacons automatically, so you don't have to go around to every beacon you have and fuel it. Ovis, he does some YouTube videos, and he's come up with actually different inventions that he's made, kind of like what you would do with redstone, but like Boundless. This is like a light switch that uses liquid, and you're in the corner, you can like kind of jump up, and it's because of the way the block is chiseled. Okay, maybe do the other corner. One of them is for extra high jump, and one of them is...
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
After touring some more of his creations, Giorgio took me to a build that was ever so slightly impressive.
So this is a pretty awesome build.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's it by?
Well, this was originally by a player named Blitz, but she quit the game for a while, so she just let it go to whoever wanted to come get it. So someone else came and plotted.
Oh, so someone else owns it now.
Yeah.
And here's another one, with an absolutely mental amount of hours poured into it. This one was by Percorus, a player that has left the game like many others because of the lack of updates and generally stale state of events.
Like, it'd take a second to load in maybe, but like, look at this build. It's so insane. I remember the first time I saw this and I was like, I suck at building.
Dude, this is soul destroying. To wrap up, I was introduced to the color system, more specifically the plant color system. 256 colors for each plant. Each color comes from a different planet. Some colors aren't even available, and this person had so many it was worryingly impressive.
So this is her plant storage, which is kind of insane. But again, it's like all the different colors. So if you look at these storage blocks, she's collecting all these plants that come in all these different colors.
Oh my goodness. And you have to collect them like for each color. You can't recolor it, right?
No, you can't spray plants.
Wow, alright. This has been fun, man.
Yeah, awesome. It was nice meeting you. And yeah, shoot me a message when you want to do it again.
Yep. Thank you very much, mate.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Yep, have a good one. Bye.
The next day, I met up with a player called Ocfus.
It was like 2020, they decided, or like got hired by Larian to help. They had said like, oh yeah, while we're working on this, we are going to keep updating the game. But they kept stringing along, like saying, oh yeah, the update is almost done for 2 years before they announced they were like selling the game off.
This was a build by one of the original developers built right next to Ocfus's place. How long's this been here?
2 years, I think. 3 years. It was before the whole like transfer thing.
Yeah, Leah Lemon Cakes.
She is one of the co-owners of Wonderstruck still, I believe, alongside... was it Jason? I can't remember now.
It's kind of cool. A dev decided to build right next to you. They then took me to a few memorials that had been built by members of the community to honor fellow Boundless players. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Right? It's very sweet to see people being remembered like this.
What a build.
There used to be a memorial back at the mall she ran, but, well, it's despawned in the time since.
Aww.
Apparently it was there just a few months ago, but I checked it today and there's nothing left.
So what happens? Just the terrain goes back to normal, or?
Yeah, it goes back to what it was before anyone plotted it.
Oh, that is such a shame. Another disadvantage of devs not really being here is, like, something like that should be immortalized, kind of, you know?
Yeah, like at least give the accounts like permanent Gleam Club so it doesn't go away. And then there's a few other memorials for other players around here as well.
Oh, Jana 55.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could tell you more about them, but I don't know many of them.
Well, Boundless players, we know that.
I do know 6 that do that, at least. I used to know them.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, what a shame. Kind of themed as well to Blazing Fire. By this point, I had played about 3 hours of Boundless, and not seen anyone else but the guy I was with, and myself. And then finally, that changed. What a character. Incredible. How would you describe Boundless?
Right now, I would describe it as missed potential, because there's so much you can do with it as a developer and such, and it's just not being taken advantage of. Been basically just sitting for 5 years, and I wish more was done with it. It is a bit strange to see such a huge place abandoned. I hate using the term, but it's kind of like a liminal kind of feeling. Just seeing all these big places that seems like there should be hundreds of people around, and there's like one person sporadically. The fact that a developer is still like interested in doing something with the game makes me hopeful for the future. The early game needs like to be improved before more players will show up.
Yeah.
Because I see people come in as new and have never played the game before, and then leave after a day or two because they just get stuck on something. If they bleed the new players, they're never gonna grow a population.
Giorgio and I decided to do one more day exploring, and that started with a giant rocket built by a player named Moon, and then a bunch of Pirate Jim's builds. Jim was actually online at the time, and when we found him, he was using a grapple to float in midair while chiseling this absolutely massive bridge. A lot of the time, this game felt so modded. But it's not. This is all vanilla. Even the hammer that breaks a 3x3 square like those modded to shit Minecraft prison servers. Uncle Jay was another player we came across that day, working on his big old castle live on his Twitch channel. Wow, not a bad view.
Yeah.
The textures he's used make it look so good.
Oh, is he streaming? Oh yeah, he is streaming right now.
He is? What's his like
Yeah. Uncle J 1UP, I think it is, on his Twitch.
Oh, I see him, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
How old do you think this like castle is? He's got to have been working on it for a while now.
Oh, maybe a year.
When did you first start playing Boundless, and how did you find it?
I started October 2018, and my buddy actually, he knew about this game coming out, and he knew I played Minecraft, so he pretty much got me to get the game.
The person I spoke to earlier today has quit and has been in that situation for a while because there's no updates.
Yeah.
So how come you and many others haven't?
Honestly, I just like building this. I could build on Minecraft, but it's not the same as this. It's just, I like the hanging out with like my friends that I have met in the game. We'll get in voice chat together, and on the weekend have some beers, and we might have a hunt, and then we'll all go and just hang out for a while afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know, just, yeah, the people are cool.
How many hours, roughly, do you think you have on this game?
It's over 12,000. Yeah. I don't play any other game, though. That's the thing. Once in a while, I'll try another game for a bit, but, like, I don't know. I'm not as good as I used to be. When I was young, I was good at video games, but, you know, I'm older now, and everything's too fucking fast-paced for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
Take care. Yeah, you too.
Bye.
After all of that passed, I took a portal out of Reaper's headquarters, built a house on a hill, and tried my absolute best to get a hang of this whole chiseling thing. I'm a massive, massive enjoyer of this smart stack system they have, where if an item is the same type, but not the same thing, it goes into this little group and you can carry a bunch of them in one single inventory slot. That is such a good little system. And it's automatic, so you don't have to like manage it at all. It's sometimes really hard to tell like what block you're looking at, and then you just kind of mess up. It's a little bit annoying. And then the block you're aiming at doesn't get destroyed. Like, there's quirks like that which make this game a bit annoying to sometimes play. Jesus. Mate, this has given me a newfound respect for all those mental people who created those builds. Like, I'm really struggling here. I'm putting in work and I am messing up at every turn. Oh my goodness, they scared me. Holy shit. Someone's just kind of stumbled upon my base. That's kind of wholesome. This looks pretty new. Do they mean it looks shit? Quirrell was a player I had never seen before, but they were nice enough to bring me half an inventory of signs. Mate, I tell you what, it's coming together. I know it's kind of like a blurb of one wood color and there's nothing much more than that, and it's looking a bit abandoned, but it's got character. This is definitely a work in progress, but you know, one day, just like many builds, it'll maybe be finished or possibly destroyed and lost to time. GG's. Yeah, so if I click B, my claim is basically, well, it wasn't big enough, so half my house and a lot of my chiseling work is, well, kind of gone out the window, to be honest. But I'm assuming it might be the same down here. Yeah. I realised that night that not only is the crafting system massively slow, but the game itself is far more in-depth than I ever thought it was. But the issues were obvious. In my opinion, the UI is dreadful. I mean, I had to Google how to drop items out of my inventory at one point. And okay, yeah, it might say more about me, but Boundless has problems. A big one being outdated wikis, confusing mechanics, dodgy hitboxes, and definitely the price of the game. It is quirky though. It has its charm, and the group of people it's brought together are genuinely awesome. Pretty much all of those people are in the Boundless official Discord, where they also host things like meteor hunts. If you're interested in joining them or have any questions for the very kind people there, I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description. On paper, Boundless is closer to dying than Mordhau is, but Wrecked might just be on the brink of death. By looking at the player charts, you can see there is still traffic, and there are people out there that love this game. But a multiplayer game without much of a notable community would usually have been long shut off by now. So why is Wrecked still running? Hello!
Hey, nice to meet you.
Hello, yeah, nice to meet you too, man. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I saw, I think it was last year, you were contemplating, like, announcing that you might cancel the support for the game. What actually happened after that?
Well, there's definitely a bit of cost on still having to keep the data and some networking functions available. At some point, I was like, it's definitely not worth it. Like, never was worth it to have that game out, actually. Definitely not the quality level me and now with the team we could reach nowadays. So I was considering removing multiple of my old games. But there were some people, I don't know how many, some people started mailing me and writing me not to do it. Some were just sad, some were a bit more angry. And I said, okay, maybe leave it there as long as I can literally afford to do that. But right now it's definitely not worth it to keep the game on.
This is Marco, the developer behind Wrecked, and now he and his team create games like Easy Red 2, a bit of a step up from Wrecked. At its core, this is a sandbox vehicle fighter game with basic maps, a cool menu, and peer-to-peer lobbies. There have been no updates in 36 months, but the game still gets reviews almost weekly. 6 years ago, maybe I just elementary school student, at the time I first downloaded Steam because the hottest game PUBG, I almost memory that I just have a computer with... Oh wow. This PC can't run PUBG, that's obvious, so I have to explore the Steam store to find some games that my PC can running it. I don't remember when I find this game, but I always remember the feeling I had when I play this game for the first time. So cool and so beautiful. I didn't sleep that night. I almost play this game all the night. Some days ago I play this game again, but I can't find enemy and teammates. Maybe this game is dying with my childhood. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. A week after I discovered the game, I booted up a stream for the first time in 2 years. And together with about 50 of you, we filled up the lobbies. What the fuck is that game? Alright, essentially, you make very silly, random looking cars with guns on them. And you go around slapping each other with bullets until I think you capture some kind of flag. I'm not too sure. You are pathetic. How are you gonna let that happen to you? What on earth? Unlucky, mate. The cars moved okay. The shooting was a bit dodgy, and the bullets made my ears ring for a few days after. But overall, it had its charm. I could see why people come back to it every now and again. Wait, you can zoom, yeah. Excuse me. I've just been straddled. Didn't realise I was watching an Unk streamer. Mods, ban the word Unk. Okay. Did you have to do that?
The area is under our control.
Okay, the collision is something special. It is something special. Look, let's ram into a teammate. Oh no. You're going bye-bye. Ram into him. Well in, well in. And this fella behind me. Oh no, where's my team?
We can't take more damage. We need to leave here. Cover!
Mate, relax, you've killed him. Why are we losing 3,000 to 400? That is not a good look. This is probably the most players this game has seen in like half a decade, if I'm being honest. Probably since the release. I can't remember, but it's a long, long time. By the 40-minute mark, everyone else had discovered the whole putting armor on your car and spamming guns everywhere, so fights became a bit awkward for me. Take him out. Oh my goodness. Oh my... He's not having a good day. How's he not dead though? How have I... I'm speechless. You have an unstuck button. Why? Okay, why is everyone just helping me? That might be the best unstuck button I've ever seen. A few of the guys that played along with me on Steam had a few thoughts to say about the game, and all of them were pretty fair. Cars are kind of slow, feels like you have to stop and shoot, which leaves you an easy target. Yeah, fair point. The graphics are right if that's what they're going for. This guy said 10 out of 10 top quality. There's like no tutorial and no options menu. You can turn the graphics on and off, that's about it. It's like a student project that emulates World of Tanks without any quality of life stuff. Yeah, that pretty much is what it is. But I like it. For a free game, it's weird. It's janky, but it shows the journey that Marco went on. And he said himself that he considered getting rid of the game off Steam purely because it doesn't represent their current abilities as a development team. I have to ask, where did you get the idea of Wrecked from?
Well, actually, there was not much that gave me idea. I think, at least as far as I remember. You know, maybe some game that actually pushed me into a bit of that direction was maybe games like World of Tanks, where you have to fight in a bit of arcadish way, one team of tanks against another team, and capturing areas and stuff like that. The idea of the gameplay definitely came from that, but I wanted to the tanks itself, in that case the vehicles, to be quite sandbox to a degree.
It was a bit confusing at first because it doesn't really hold your hand, but once we got used to it and we all started customizing our cars and shit, it was like actually awesome.
Very glad to hear. Consider the game was like super prototype, like it was done in I think 4 months, 6 months, something like that. And then I was like, okay, so this is the kind of public I can get with a game like this, and then I just skip to the next one.
Can I ask, like, how much does it cost to keep it running?
Not too much. It's probably like around €50 a month.
That's still like a chunk of money though. It's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not nothing. That's what I was considering to, let's remove it, who's gonna play. But yeah, again, in the end, don't feel too happy to remove something that people are still playing. Thank you a lot, Rie.
Yeah, good to speak to you, man. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
I'm planning another event just like this one, where we all join an almost dead game to bring some life to it for possibly one last time. You can join my Discord if that sounds fun. Again, big thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring the video, and to support the channel you can play it using my links in the pinned comment. War Thunder is free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox or mobile devices, and there's a huge bonus pack for new and returning players alike, available only for a limited time, so hurry yourself up. I want to give a big thanks to the channel members that have joined recently. It's another way to support the channel and get access to a Discord chat channel exclusive only to members if you're interested in that for whatever reason. For now, I'm going to go back to playing abandoned, forgotten about, and straight terrible Steam games. If you have any games that should be in a video, send them to me on Twitter or in my Discord. And maybe subscribe.